Good morning friend. My name is Subhashish Patra and I am come up with a new video on structural design, and now we are going to work on SAFE software, SAFE 2016 SAFE, and for this project we will make the foundation of the building we have made earlier. In my earlier videos you can see how I have done this building design and I have analyzed it and all the things are done, and so it is logged here, you can see. And now we are going to make the foundation of the same building. For this we have some data of this building which I will explain you how can you get that data. So here is a problem statement that the footing or the slab size is 6 meter into 6 meter into 6 meter, you have seen in the previous time, and the columns are given, and the safe bearing capacity of the soil is given is 300 kilonewton, allowable settlement is 1 centimeter, and this is the problem statement, and you should make the earlier calculation before you start working on the safe. Now in the problem statement we get the column name as C1, C2, C3, C4, and I will tell you how we can get the column names and from where we will get this dead load and the live load. This dead load and live load are calculated from the earlier made building in ETABS, and I will show you how can you get this data. So there are 16 total columns in the bottom portion, in the base portion, and we will calculate, and each having the dimensions of different dimensions. We will teach you that how can you calculate this. And now the subgrade modulus is calculated. The subgrade modulus of soil is required for defining the soil properties, and the subgrade modulus is given by CBC, that is safe bearing capacity, as given 300 kN, and allowable settlement which is given 1 centimeter. We will change 1 centimeter into meter, that is 10 to the power minus 2, and it is 3 into 10 to the power 4 kilonewton per meter cube. And we will calculate the design strip as per IS 456. We can find that column strip width is 0.25 of L1 into L2. As our slab is a square slab of 18 meter both sides, so L1 and L2 both are same, and the strip width will be 0.25 into 18 meter. 4.5 we will take it as 4 meter. And now the footing size, we know that the slab size is 18 by 18, but the footing, that is the mat footing we are drawing in this, will be somehow bigger than the slab size. So the footing should be 2 meter in offset of the slab. So this will be done. So for getting the dead load and live load for the building for the columns, as I have shown you earlier, we will first open this project which we have done earlier and just analyze it, run the design check on it, and just go to table option here. On the table option we will go to analyze the result. We'll go to element output, we'll go to frame output, and we will go to the element forces. We will right click on here and show table. Here in the table we will get each and every type of columns, and here we will take the story 1 column, because the dead load and live load of the story 1 column is only taken for the foundation. In the output case we will first go to the dead, and the station we will first go to 0, so we will sort it ascendingly, and here you can see we can get the loads, the axial load which are going to be used on our cases. And for live load we will go here and live load, and we will get the live load here which is to be used as we have seen earlier. I will click on done option, and it is here that this here for C2 column. Here C2 column. So how can we know that which column belongs to whose? For this we have to use the detailing option. The detailing option cannot be seen in the eTabs Evolution version 2018. So we can just know that. Press here done. This is the C1 column, this is the C2, this is C3, this is C4, and again C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, C12, and 13, 14, 15, and 16. Like this, the columns are arranged here. Now we will be, according to the question, we will draw our foundation on the drawing, and if we have to know the column sections, we will just click on the column here, right click on the column and go to the geometry. Okay, just a second. So we have got our dead load, we have got our live load, and we know the section of the column. Now we will go to the save software, go to the file, new model, we will take here the IS code 456, we modify our preferences. So minimum slab cover should be 50 mm, so we will type here 50, and the preferred bar size will be used 22. It is 22, sorry, and then press OK. And now we will go for the mat footing. So we will take here the metric and the flat slab footing. We can also cancel it and we can just go for the grid only option because of our, and we know that there is 18 meter. So in the X direction we know the grid line 19 for 1 meter spacing, and in Y direction 19 because both the sides are 18 meter. We'll go to X direction, here type 1 meter, here also we'll type 1 meter, and we will get our grid. This is 18 meter by 18 meter grid and 19 lines are taken. Now before we proceed our work, we must define the materials used here. For the materials to be decided, we will go to the material option. Here we will go to add new material. Here we will type M40. M40. It will be our concrete, and we will just provide all the data for this M40. That is the per unit volume is 25. The modulus is 31622.7. You can get all this information from internet. There is nothing to worry about this, and it is point, and it will be 40. Just like that M40, because we have used on the column M40 grid and FE500. If you watch my previous video, you can find it. That is FE500. We will add new material. That will be FE500. We will change this to rebar. The per unit volume will be 77. This will be so. We have completed our definition of the material. Now we will define the property of the section. First we will define the slab property. For this we will go to add new property, change the slab one name to footing, We'll use M40 grade, and the thickness to be used 1200. Change here to matte and just press OK. And we will make the stiff or the column definition, going to column properties, add new property, and we know that according to our problem, we know that there are only two type of column. One column of 500 into 500 size and another column of 600 into 600 size. So we'll just go to first 500 into 500. And press OK. And again add a new property, column 2, that is material, and this will be 600 into 600 size. So both the column properties are made. We can modify and show the property web like this, and press OK and OK. Now we will define the soil subgrade property, and soil 1, just modify it and put here 3. 3 of 4 means 3 into 10 to the power 4. That's okay. As per our calculation, we have made it. Now go to define. We first check the load patterns, that dead and live. That's okay. There's no problem with it. Again, go to define and load cases. Now we watch that it's linear and static. This is also okay. And now we will go to load combination. We will add new combo, just combo 1, linear add, and press here 1.5 scale factor. Go here live and also 1.5. This is for the ultimate string. We'll press OK here. And again we will add a new combo, that's combo 2. Here dead load will be 1 and live load should also be 1. And this is for the service, long term and initial service. And press OK. And we just press OK. Now every material have been decided, the load have been decided, everything has been done. Now we have to draw. For drawing, we will go to draw slab areas, and here just check the property, it's footing property, and that's okay. Now we will use the grid to draw. We know that this grid is 18 into 18. Just click on a grid point, any grid point here. If you have problem in drawing, just zoom it further. Just zoom it further, little bit toggle with it with the pan option so that you can draw it easily. Now go to the slab, go to the grid point here, and just check the distance you cover, 18, that's okay. And we will go down to 18 meter. Just check on the right side the distance, 18, that's okay. And now we'll go down here, just check the distance, and again we'll end it here, and just check the distance on the left hand side, that is 18 meter, that's okay. And come and press, just press escape so that you doesn't select any more thing. Just the slab has been defined, the slab we want has been defined very easily. Now the main problem is this is the slab dimension which you are going to make, but the footing dimension should be greater than this. For this we will go to edit menu. Before this we have to select the slab, just check the selection here, 1 area and 4 edges. Now go to edit menu, edit areas, expand or shrink areas, and keep the offset value as 2000 mm. I'll press OK. And just see, this have been bigger in size. Now that's all okay, and we have done with our dimension. Now we will draw the columns. For drawing column, we will go to draw. We'll draw columns. So property below. So now none of our column is in below. So we'll click here none and column 1 and height below is 0. Height below will be 2. And just with this, we can watch from our figure that C1 is here, C2 is here, C3 and C4, and all the dimension from C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 is 500. C6, C7 is C8 again 500. And just have a look on the figure that only C6, C7, C11 and C10 are of different section, and rather all are of same section. So we will just draw like this. We'll go to foundation. From the corner of the edge we will start drawing here. Then after 6 meter we will again draw the next column. So 1 meter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here it will 6. Here it will 6. In this direction as well, after 6 meter. In this direction as well, after 6. Here after 6. Just check your distances, and that's all. And this is done. Now for this we have to change column to column 2, and the section are defined earlier. So it will be here, 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 and here. And all the drawing of the columns are done. All the columns have been drawn, the slab has been drawn, and now we will draw the design strips. We will draw the design strip. We will go to draw, get the design strip layer, and we will change the dimension. That will be 4 meter as we have calculated earlier. We have calculated 4.5 for the structure. We were using 4 meter. So now we will start drawing the design strip. Now, as we have chosen the strip layer A, we will go in the X direction and just make this design strip in the midpoint. Just press the pink line are the design strips. Okay. You've done a mistake here. Column 2 should be here and here. So it's done. Then again draw a design strip on B side, that is on this side. press on the point. Let's take this further down at that point and just press right click on outside. This line is somewhat inclined, so we will delete this line and this as well, because the strip lines would be at the midpoint. And again we will draw for B. We will go like this from the midpoints. We should go that the midpoint should coincide here. Midpoint of the grid lines, and here as well. Before doing here, we will change here to strip A. And just do the rest. So the design strip has been made and all the things have been done. And now we have to focus on applying the load. So first, we will select this slab. For selecting this slab, you have to keep in mind that doesn't select any point or any strip. You have to just select this, and we will check the selection here. We will go to assign, we will go to support data, we will go to soil properties, and soil 1 we will add to it, and the soil subgrade property has been added. And now we will add the load on each of the column, the point load and live load, which have been done. I am showing one and you will do the rest. Like this, you will select this point, you will go to assign, you will go to load data, you will go to point loads, dead, that's okay. And from the data, we'll go here, that's column 1. I have selected column 1, and from the data you can see column 1 is dimension 500 into 500, and dead load here is 1850. Dead load here is 1850. We will go to 1850. The dimension is 500 into 500, and this we will press OK. And similarly again, we can check here the load, just right clicking here, it's given load, and live load is not given, so we'll again make it live load. Just select the point, check the selection here, go to assign, load data, point loads, and change here to live. Get the data here, it is 797.6, so we will write as 797.6. This dimension has been given, and we'll press OK. And similarly we have to give the all the data of these columns. For this, for these columns we have to just change our sections. So from the given step, we have done all the things. We have assigned all the point loads on the all the columns, and for watching the loads we can just right click on any of the column and the point. We must select the point, not the whole column, and just check the dead load and the live load. So in this tab we can check for each and every column. We can check the dead load and live load for each column for our safety. Now we will add the rebar to it. For adding rebar, just we have to select this slab. You have to right click, go to design, go to this and go to rebar as 514 and just click OK. You have not to select the column because it has been it has been done. The reinforcement here is done. See, the reinforcement is 540. So column and footing has been done, and now it's time for the design strip. So we will just make it small, use the pan over it to come, and just very carefully click on the lines. See written, we can see here the design strip selected. We'll just right click on it, just go to design strip and change. If we press OK, again we will go here, design strip, if we, and that's OK. Similarly again, design strip, if we, same will done to this vertical design strip. Now in this step all the criteria has been done for us. For we can go to display, go to display view, and we can see the strip objects from here. You can press OK, and the design strip can be seen like this. See, all the design strip has been given. We will, for our convenience, we will deselect this option, press OK. Now you can watch the 3D view of this. For this is not the extruded view, so we will go to the extruded view and press OK. Now you can see the extruded view of this, all the columns and the design strip and all the things, and all the loads provided here. This is the live loads here, and we can get for display show loads, and we can go for dead load as well. So dead load is also be given. Now we'll just run the analysis on this, run the analysis and design. Before this, we have to save this, write as final project, and we will save this, and the analysis will be run. Yeah, the analysis has been run, and just getting the plan view. This is the analysis has been run. So this type of analysis has been run, and now we can go for punching shear strength. So we can see the punching shear strength is somewhat all are below 1, but one column is above 1. So we have to design for it, and for this we have to just change the thickness of the slab. So we'll go to slab properties, modify show properties. We'll change the thickness to 1300 or say 1400, just for the safety purpose. We'll go to OK. We'll click here OK, and again run and analyze the design, and just again check the display and show punching shear strength, and again we can see that the one column has been failure here. There was some error on providing the load, so the analysis has been not running good. Now it will be. Now we will running the analysis, and we can get this view, and just go to display and show punching shear, and now we can get that the each and every is below 1, so we can say that this is good. For other reaction, we go to show strip forces. Here you can go to load cases, moment, shear force, anything, layer A, layer B, and we can apply, and we can go to the shear force, and we will go to the design. We can apply it here. We can also interpret it more result, going to display, so slab design, strip based, we will impose minimum reinforcement, layer A, and we will apply the force, and we can get the minimum reinforcement on, and toggling the mouse cursor over it, we can get the top and bottom reinforcement needed for this foundation. We can do same for layer B as well. You can apply it, and we can get the B. We'll close this option. We can also show the crack width for dead load. So the bottom face, we can apply it, and we can see the crack width. The crack width here gives the dimension is 10 to the power minus 3. So the crack width here is very normal and very small. So we no need to worry about this crack width. Just close it here. And now we will run the detailing option. Click in all the 3 ticks and go for OK. And here we'll go to the detailing option of this foundation. We'll go to the drawing component here. We can get the drawing list, rebar shapes. We can get here the slab views, framing, rebar table, bill of quantities. We can get the bill of quantities, how much what is needed. We can get the rebar schedule. Here for each and everything, we will go to the individual slab views, mat footing. We can get here the rebar plan. We can go to the rebar plan of all the bars. The rebar plan of all the bars look like this. We can also get the weak section 1. We can get the elevated view of this. And section 2, you can get this. Layer A and layer B, we can get this type of reinforcement. In drawing sheets, get the cover sheets, general notes, and all the things. So this is for the design. We will just click Ctrl S for the saving option, and our design has been ready, the foundation for the given buildings. Thank you very much.